Heinz also named him the official chief mustard officer as part of the collab. The new release comes after Heinz and Mustard teased the idea back in February, because remember with the Super Bowl and all that, and Kendrick Lamar was performing, and of course that song's very popular. So it's available now at Buffalo Wild Wings, but it'll hit store shelves after July 14th.
Oh, good.
So if you can't wait, go to Buffalo Wild Wings, but if you can, then July 14th. I need to try this. It sounds good.
It really sounds fantastic.
Smoky chipotle mustard.
I thought they were just kind of joking around about collaborating, but they pulled it off. That's really neat.
They said, no, we're for real.
Where's the Buffalo Wild Wings?
There's one, off of, I see it. Of course I can't.
There's still not one in Philly, is there?
I think there is.
Is there? Yeah.
Hold on. Maybe not. Oh, Roosevelt Boulevard. There's one off Frankfurt Ave. That's the one I was thinking of, Frankfurt Ave.
All right.
And then there's one in Mount Laurel Township.
Nicely done. Hey, by the way, we're doing behind the scenes now. I just turned that thing on. All right, hi.
Hi.
It's 7 o'clock.
I was like, where is that? Frankfurt. I could not come up with that name. And I think there's more. There's a lot. Look at all that.
There's a ton of them.
Well, we're good.
And then collapse. The clock is ticking to make a deal.
With the fourth coming up, if there's some crew, it's going to be huge. Nice up here.
We are hours away from a possible strike. Roughly 9,000 municipal workers could walk off the job, impacting sanitation, water, 911 call center. And 25 years ago, a 4-year-old Alex Scott started her first lemonade stand to raise money to find a cure for pediatric cancer. That would later become Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation.
What a name, Lizzie Flock.
Plus,
I
they're
hope
up,
that's
they're
true.
down, they're hot, they're cold. The roller coaster Philly season rides on after a weekend series with the Braves.
Well, let's keep it going. Padres in town tonight. By the way, the game starts at not 6:45, 6:35. It is Monday, June the 30th, 2025.
Happy Monday to you.
Right back at you, folks. Scott's in for Sue. Drew's in for Bob.
And it's the last day of the month of
Yeah.
June. I mean, how did that happen? We're
I don't
talking
know.
about the 4th of July is on Friday. I think you're going to like the upcoming holiday weekend forecast, but temperatures over the next several days are going to be kind of steamy, and it's going to feel like 100 degrees by this afternoon. Live look outside of our studios showing you hazy skies out there. Those temperatures already around 80 degrees, and yes, going to around 90 by this afternoon. Ultimate Doppler has been showing showers and thunderstorms this morning, pushing out to sea, but we will have another threat later on this afternoon. 79 in Philadelphia currently, 70 as you get toward the Lehigh Valley. Those temperatures mid-70s as we get into parts of South Jersey. So we'll go hour by noon, 87 degrees, 90 for the high temperatures, steamy, a few pop-up thunderstorms. Moving toward the second half of the day, the travel forecast along the I-95 corridor, 86 degrees today, New York City, temperatures low to mid-90s from D.C. down to Raleigh. But take a look at this. The I-95 corridor, northern west suburbs, interior South Jersey, feels like temperatures nearing 100 degrees. In fact, take a look at this. The feels like temperatures by 10 o'clock, 90 degrees. By the latter part of the afternoon, feeling like 100 degrees. So yes, we're still talking about the heat and humidity. We'll talk about that July 4th holiday weekend forecast in just a bit, but let's go check up those roads with Drew. Good morning, Drew.
Good morning, Scott. We'll get you started with a look at the Delaware Memorial Bridge. There's the traffic going right through both lanes. So
Great, thank you.
Delaware this morning. Let's hop on over to New Jersey. It goes like this. A couple issues going on. First, we'll get you started in Cumberland County. There's a fire. So if you're leaving Millville or you're heading down on 47, skip that one because both lanes are blocked. You want to take 55 instead. So keep that in mind as you're coming up from Cape May County toward Millville and Cumberland County. Two issues now. So a little bit ago, we were talking about in Cape May County, there was a crash on the Garden State Parkway. It's on the northbound lanes before exit 13.
I kind of agree with her.
A couple minutes ago. Now we got a crash after exit 13. This is in the Avalon area, just to get you oriented. This road would take you up to Millville. And now let's get over to Gloucester.
I wouldn't doubt some of the people that were at that wedding have never spoken to
Like Sydney
Jeff
Sweeney.
Bezos.
Do you really think Sydney
Yeah.
Sweeney's
The
going to
shoulder
have
is
the
blocked on the
Bezos?
Jersey Turnpike. It's just before the 322 exit as you're heading north in that section of Gloucester County. That's exit 2, by the way. The 76 we go slow if you're leaving the city. No surprise there. That's how it goes this time of the morning. You know how 76 goes. Yeah, it's crawling along. Leaving that stretch, it's right by City Line Avenue. So we're seeing
no
some
way
slow
to
down
process
on the
this in
traffic
real
map. A lot going on 95 if you're coming in.
Good morning,
heading
everybody.
towards different
Happy
portions
Monday.
of Center
Welcome
City.
to
Thank you for the
Bucks
reminder.
County, or different parts of New Jersey. It's slow there. And there's, just like Mike said, 6:35 tonight.
Every time.
The Bills are in town, so it's a little slow in front of the ballpark. But 95 around dinner time. Let's check the roads, Mike and Alex.
Okay, we're going to punch up a picture now of the 1900 block of West Bristol Street. That's in Nicetown. That's what it looked like. You know, nice neighborhood. Until it blew up.
And so now a woman is dead and 2 others are in the hospital after this happened. And so we saw before and then to see the after, Greg, it's really quite a difference. And to hear from neighbors about what they heard.
As you've been hearing it all this morning, people were describing this as a large
Can we
bang
see it?
explosion. And you can see the extent of the
There you
damage. We
go.
got a closer look of the
They just put that
collapse
fence
that's
up.
here. But just to put it into perspective, people talking about that blast, that explosion that they said. Look here, we're across the street and you can see the amount of windows that are now broken. There's actually crews that are here on scene boarding these up as quickly as possible. You can see the extent of the damage. You can also even see that there's a door here. Now, we don't know where this door came from, but we're looking at all the homes that are right here. We don't see that there's a door missing on any of these homes. So, I mean, you can only imagine where this possibly came from, but the damage just continues on, and you can see that there's more boarded windows up, but that just kind of puts it into perspective how big this was and what had occurred that morning. Now, fire crews say they arrived to the scene on the 1900 block of West Bristol Street in Nicetown just after 4:45 Sunday morning to find 3 residential row homes collapsed and a partial collapse to a nearby building. This viewer video shows crews rescuing a person trapped in the debris, which authorities say in their initial search they were able to help rescue people on scene. 2 women were taken to the hospital. One is in critical condition, the other is stable. Now, there was a secondary search that was done with a search dog, in which sadly a body of an adult female was discovered. Neighbors describing the tense moments after the collapse.
It's something out of a movie, you know, it's like your house, the house.
Which part of it? 'Cause-
Is, you know, the people that you know are like underneath, so they have to
Cliche
go
of
around
lemons into lemon.
of the house.
Yeah, that was, yeah. I almost,
I don't see.
it's in the VO.
Oh,
So that's the stand.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking in the middle, and then like the 2, guests, you guys, and like this kind of in the back middle.
There's 2 people, right? Jay
Yeah.
and Lizzie.
Is that okay? I'll just.
And guys, it has been confirmed by Philadelphia City
In the middle
officials that one of the
of
women
everything.
injured in the
Okay.
collapse works for the city council administrative office. That you're looking live here, you can just see the extent of the damage. Still a lot of question, guys, in regards to how this happened. So they said that they are going to be working thoroughly to try to get that answer.
This has been
Mike,
updated. Now, you said also the people that, like we said a little bit earlier, like 200 people from the neighborhood were asking for help. They've already received it? Good.
that's good. Get ready to move fast to help them out.
Yeah, good thing the power's back on. All right, awesome. 7:08.
Negotiations between District Council 33 and the City of Philadelphia continue with a deadline of 11:59 tonight.
That would be midnight in my book, Hank. Midnight.
Always seem to go up, everybody's subject to it, you guys are. I am going up to the City Board Municipal Union, DC 33, going on strike tonight at midnight. If they cannot reach a new deal with City Hall, all of us going into July 4th week here in the city of Philadelphia are gonna know it if they do press that button. They were at a negotiating table up until late last night here at the Sheraton, where they always seem to be negotiating one union deal with another. Rank and file membership want to see pay
Hot flash.
increases commensurate when the cost of
What's the-
living
what-
goes to
what's the purpose of
95%,
this
strike
segment?
they don't get it.
I thought you
While
needed to
Trump
see where
says
you were
he's
in.
trying to give that. DC 33 leadership says if you're gonna
No, I
talk
took myself
about
out of it immediately.
No, the meeting. I don't know if it was discussed in the meeting.
Their pay increase over my first term in office, 4 years, will total over 12%. That increase of more than 12%, it will represent the largest one-term
How old do you
pay
suppose
increase
Lizzie
for
is
District
now?
Council 33 from anywhere in more
15?
than 3 decades.
That's what it says here.
Everybody that sits in the office of the mayor. The reality is that those economic gaps are growing and they need to change. When you tout that you want economic equality for all, then
Where do you
need to
see that?
stand by that.
Second page.
Yeah, and a big contributor to those increases has been things like food prices, according to federal numbers. Philly and Pennsylvania in general have seen some of the highest food price increases nationwide since 2023.
I'm not sure that's true.
Okay.
She had a total hip replacement when she was 15. That just happened?
Yeah. So,
She could be anything. She could be, who knows how old.
Philadelphia streets, Philadelphia sanitation, that's more than enough already, but we add to that Philadelphia airport workers,
There's no way.
911 call center workers, you're talking about people from rec centers and libraries, which serve as cooling centers when the temperature gets as hot. as it
Okay,
did
so
late last week, guys, we got something like
do we have a big event coming up?
hours for them to come to some kind of a grace. You hope that they don't go the route that the NJ Transit engineers had to go last month when they took 1 full day to strike. Hopefully we can avert that going into 4th of July weekend, guys.
Yeah, well,
it is a big weekend, so hopefully they'll be able to figure this out.
we'll stay on it all day. And if they don't come up with a solution, we'll have a very big story to tell tomorrow morning. I'm sure you've heard this story over the weekend. Officials believe a man intentionally started a wildfire out in Idaho. I'll get this straight. And then when the firefighters showed up to fight the wildfire, this guy that started it started shooting firefighters. 2 firefighters were shot and killed. And then this guy killed himself. It happened on Canfield Mountain in western Idaho yesterday afternoon. Officials say the gunman deliberately set the fire and then shot the firefighters when they rolled up. A 3rd firefighter was badly injured and is in the hospital. The gunman's body was later found with a firearm nearby. Officials believe that the guy acted alone. But why?
There was only
It's 6 seconds.
We do believe that it was an ambush and it was intentional.
So far we don't know the names of the firefighters who lost their lives. All right, big day in D.C.
Yes, because President Trump's so-called big, beautiful bill is heading to the finish line in the Senate this morning.
Well, Doug, what is going to happen? Yes.
They need to get this done in the Senate today, and Democrats have been able to delay it.
One Senate clerk began to lose her voice after she and her colleagues were forced to read the entire
Let's see, I bet.
940-page Big Beautiful Bill.
66 million.
On and on it went, though, part of the delaying tactic by
Maybe it's just
Democrats.
the
To slow
anniversary.
down this cornerstone of the president's
just
agenda, finally wrapping
25
up
years.
after some
Since the
16
first hand.
hours.
So, the debate
Yes.
and eventual voting on the big beautiful bill has begun. Hallelujah.
But in the hours of debate that followed, Democrats lit into the bill, which would, among other things, extend tax cuts from the president's first term, reduce spending on Medicaid through new work requirements, and ramp up spending on
Did you see that in the notes anyway?
I did not.
It may be in there.
If we don't get this done, there is an automatic tax increase
There's a
coming at the
graphic.
end of the year, and none of us want that.
And keeping tabs on every move was
But I
the
did not see
president,
it.
who explored holdout Republicans concerned about entitlement reductions, and cautioned fiscal conservatives who have been holding out for cheaper cuts.
You always have to
She
get
was not even
elected.
asked about
You
it in
know,
the
when you
pre-interview.
do cutting, you have to be
Oh, here we
really
go.
careful. Because people don't
Just-
like necessarily cutting if they get used to something.
Now, assuming this passes the Senate today, the House still has to sign off on all the changes that the Senate will make, and If all goes as planned for Republicans, that process could begin in the House on Wednesday. So you see the possibility here of this getting done by the 4th of July, but absolutely no guarantee.
So how close is it in the Senate? Do we have a number? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So Senator Tillis of North Carolina, he says, I'm not going to do this, huh? And Rand Paul. Right. I'm retiring. And then there was a rumor going around that Laura Trump might try to run for his office. We'll see if that plays out. Doug, we'll be eager to talk to you tomorrow morning. Thank you. 7:15 now.
Another big thing happening today, jury deliberations. They are set to begin in Sean Diddy Combs' federal sex trafficking trial. The defense team delivered closing arguments last week, claiming prosecutors over-exaggerated charges. Prosecutors spent 7 weeks arguing Combs operated his company like a criminal enterprise. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges. We're told that the jurors are expected to arrive at the courthouse like around 9 a.m. and they have to be read all the instructions. So that's going to take some while. But then after that, probably around 9:30 or so, we will be on verdict watch. And so stay tuned and we'll keep you updated because whenever they have that verdict, that's when we'll hear.
I'm sure we'll break in with a live update on that. I don't think it's going to take very long.
You don't?
No, that's just me. Here's
That's
Scott.
just his opinion.
It's my opinion. Editorial.
Hey guys, time now is about 7:16. Temperatures are already in the upper 70s. We're going to make a run at 90 degrees. Some pop-up showers and thunderstorms this afternoon on this last day of June. And take a look at this. Dry conditions after seeing that heavy rainfall, waking some folks up overnight through Cumberland County, Atlantic County, pushing down the shore and away from the shore points. But we saw a light show, lots of lightning with this round early here on
I've
this
asked
Monday
many times
morning.
not
As
to
far
put
as the
names of people who are not being on
79
TV.
Philadelphia, 70 now in
Can't get that.
Allentown. We're looking at mid to upper 70s throughout Delaware and South Jersey. 79 currently for Dover. But here's the deal. The feels like temperatures, how your body reacts, how you should dress. It's going to feel like 97 degrees by noon, feeling like the triple digits for most of the afternoon. Now, what about the ballpark? Temperatures will be around 86 degrees by 6 o'clock. There could be some thunderstorms popping up this evening, so we're going to have to keep tabs on that. Obviously, that would impact the game. We do have a marginal risk for some isolated severe storms today, and then for tomorrow, a slight risk moving to a 2 on that scale of 1 to 5. So more numerous activity for tomorrow, but there still could be a few pop-ups later on this afternoon. Temperatures most of this week upper 80s to around 90 degrees. 4th of July, 86 degrees, and dry conditions expected. Drew has a look at the roads.
Sure do, Scott. I'll tell you what, that 4th of July weekend, that sounds pretty good. We love a dry weekend after all those wet ones. Hey, here's what's going on in Cumberland County. 47 is now reopened, so that issue we had over the last hour, it's out of here. But we still have some of those crashes
I'm guessing it's Martone.
on the Garden State Parkway. This is around the Avalon area in Cape May County, but it's not that big of a deal. It's not slowing things down. They're on the shoulders, so no big deal there. Same goes with this on the New Jersey Turnpike. This is in Gloucester County. If you're coming north, right before you go to 322 exit 2, you know, maybe even from the Morris Bridge, head up toward Deptford, you run into that. Speaking of parts of New Jersey, let's take you out to Camden County right now. It's looking good on 42. There was a disabled car right there, but look, it's not slowing things down, so it's on the shoulder. All right, we can handle that one. To the bridge we go. Here's the Ben Franklin Bridge. I want to take you down to Betsy Ross Bridge. If you're coming in on 95, like heading towards Center City, this is going to slow you down a little bit. Construction is a lane block, so it's slowing down traffic a little bit. You know, there's some stretches of 95 and 76 that are slow this morning. Nothing new there, right? That is the Chicken Roads this morning. We'll send it back over to you guys.
Okay, let's talk about Flyers. We don't talk about them enough. Philadelphia Flyers select Porter Martone with the 6th overall pick in the NHL draft. 18 years old.
Yep, he's right winger, comes from the Brampton Steelheads of the Ontario Hockey League,
You know them.
where he was captain.
Sure he was.
The 6'3" Peterborough, Ontario native had 37 goals and 61 assists in 57 games last season. And despite not being from the area, he says he's been quite the Flyers fan growing up.
Yep.
Growing up, and here you are going off to Broad Street. What would the young Porter think about this?
Yeah, you know what? It's a dream come true for sure. I'm getting a lot of tears here, but yeah, I remember right now this year, me and my dad, we took a trip out to Philly on my birthday. We're going to see a game there, so you know, I'm so honored, and yeah, it's honestly, I can't put into words right now.
And now,
Yeah.
what a birthday present! He's
Yeah.
playing for the Flyers.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of neat.
He was considered the third best player in the draft
Yeah.
by elite prospects. So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to getting to know him a little more. Porter.
Yeah, he's darn good. By the way, later in the first round, the Flyers traded picks number 22 and 31 to the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Is he really tall?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
My goodness.
Well, yeah. But the commissioner is not tall. Anyway, they drafted a center, Jack Nesbitt, at number 12. The 18-year-old, again, another 18-year-old, comes in at 6'4", weighs about 190 pounds. The center recorded 25 goals and 39 assists in 65 games last season. Jack comes from the Windsor Spitfires Club. They have great names up in Canada. Well, let's get back to the Sixers now. VJ Hedgecombe will be the first player in Sixers history to wear jersey number 77. Double the sevens.
So the rookie was selected as a third overall pick for the NBA draft, and he previously wore number 7 at Baylor
Right.
and number 1 at Long Island Lutheran High School. So both numbers were already on the Sixers roster last season. So he had to get creative. So why don't you just double it?
So Kyle Lowry, still with the team. He has number 7. Who's number 1? Tyrese is 0.
Tyrese is 0.
Somebody has 1? Or maybe he just wanted to stick with the 7s.
Maybe.
You know, here's another thing that he could have done is just go 76.
Andre Drummond.
Andre Drummond is number 1. I mean, I wonder if he considered 76.
Somebody's got to be 76.
No, nobody's 76. And it's a really odd number for a guard.
That would be.
There's one other 77 in the league, and that's Luka, who plays for the Lakers. So there's 2 77s.
Sean Bradley used to have it.
That's
Number
a long time
76.
ago.
That was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Thank you, Google.
Alrighty. Let's go to Camden County. That's where Jen is right now at 7:22. All right.
Oh.
Okay.
This thing the Camden Aquarium has done in 10 years. We're going to check it out. Color, fun, and yes, you get to touch stuff. 2:20 break.
Did you rewrite?
I took it out, yes.
And we were gonna go to this place for the big call, the show. Yeah. and my
Someone wants you to know there's also Buffalo Wild Wings in the KOP Mall.
Thank you.
After we left the Black Whale, we went to.
What? You know, last time I was at KOP Mall?
When was the last time?
Wow. And they had like two.
I think when the cast of Glee. I went with the cast of Glee
No
to
way.
the mall.
You've been since then. There's no way that was the last time. I go about once a year.
And it was before Glee went on the air.
Stop it. I go once a year.
Christmas.
And like they sang.
I think the last time I went was to see The Little Mermaid in the 4D movie theater that they have there. That's very cool, by the
I
way.
was so disappointed.
It was literally down the street.
It has to be
from
10
the
years
restaurant
for me.
we ate at. So we were gonna go.
I think I slept funny. My neck hurts.
So like next time we
My
know,
jaw.
like okay, we
Doesn't
need to
sound
have, like,
funny.
tickets or something, like, you know,
It's
like
not funny or fun at
reservation
all.
or something.
I need to I think I just need to get in the gym. I'm looking forward to that and stretch and work this out. I'm gonna eat clean this week. I'm gonna get my life together.
Starts today.
Starts today.
What's up?
Hello.
They had this weird
30 out, 30.
There was a hard
Where did
Then on top of
dress?
it, whipped cream and a mango puree.
I'm assuming, I don't know. I was off on Friday, so all the information
I think that's
was limited. They keep asking, and I wasn't here.
Obviously, there was no pre-interview.
10, 9,
There actually
8,
was.
Is there?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Empire State Building, looking nice on this Monday morning.
An iconic costume from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, that movie, was just sold at auction. And can you guess which one?
You know, Ferris Bueller was based in Chicago. We do know that, don't we?
I was like, was it you?
Yes.
Mueller.
Oh, it's the vest?
Mm-hmm.
Matthew,
That vest.
Matthew Broderick's vest.
It was quite a vest, you know.
You know, that movie came out in 1986.
Really?
Yeah. By the way, the vest did sell at
Oh, I
Sotheby's.
always thought it was leopard print. It's not a leopard print? What is that?
Now I know why we showed New York. It's sold at Sotheby's auction house in New York, in Manhattan.
That connects it.
You want to guess how much?
How much?
$300,000.
What?
Yeah, now what's the person going to do with it? I guess wear it.
$300,000, you're not wearing that. You need to frame it and put it up in your man
I
cave
guess.
or whatever
Oh,
you want
that's
to do
true.
with it. Or you could,
Yeah.
put it on loan at a museum.
Yeah.
A movie museum.
Yeah. All right, 7:26.
Alex's Lemonade Stand. We want to celebrate 25 years of raising money to help out those who are dealing with cancer. And also we want to introduce you to an 18-year-old girl from New Jersey who fought cancer as a kid and is still helping to raise money for the organization. We're going to speak with our father and a cancer survivor that the foundation has aided. You're going to meet them next.
So we're speaking with Alex's father.
205 right.
Not the 8.
I should have cleaned that up in a moment, but I'm also not familiar because I was not in the meeting. So I'm trying to figure out.
2 minutes.
The whole thing was worded weird.
Why would you jump to...
Because it said Alex's Lemonade Stand and an 18-year-old from New Jersey, implying that that's Alex and that's not Alex. That's something separate. So it's just, it was all,
Total mess.
I was trying to, yeah, I should have cleaned it up as I was reading it. But I was confused.
Oh, it makes it sound like we're talking to Lizzie's dad.
Oh, and now it's changed.
Oh, I'll be darned.
Because I just went back to try and it's changed. Evidence gone.
Thankfully, Becca's with AAA for insurance and roadside assistance, so she's covered. Jen does not have AAA. On the plus side, get more from insurance with AAA.
You alright? See.
Okay, thank you.
Is this all regular, or is this camera gonna swing around and do something? Is it like completely regular? Okay, thank you.
I think I feel better about changing it after the fact because there's some sort of
30 out.
discussion.
Really wants to break down free throws.
Understood, thank you.
hair.
So if wrongful conduct caused a catastrophic
Okay,
injury
thank
or
you.
death, call Climb Inspector.
Fair department.
15.
Hot. So we got to protect our skin. There's no question about it. We do so many of these different segments, but this one's going to be different. Dr. Naz, one of our favorite dermatologists, is in. Have you seen all those products that say it will give you a tan, like pills, oils that you can put in water and you drink it and then you it turns your skin brown or orange or whatever? And different gels you can rub on that will dye your skin and all that.
Can't say that I have,
Oh,
but
oh,
I know
and-
for others maybe.
But some of them say you'll tan, but it's also protection. No, it's not. So Dr. Naz has studied this whole thing. We're gonna.
And even if you don't tan, for folks who have the natural tan,
Mhm.
we also talking about different sunscreens that are out there. Some really interesting ones.
Yeah.
Like some, like I think there's a jelly one or something.
Right, but they may not work.
They may not. Well, that's why we need to
No.
talk about it and verify it and see if it does work. Edible sunscreen?
Yes.
What? First of all, do you want to eat your sunscreen and should we be eating it?
No. All right, here's Scott.
Hey guys, looking forward to that to help us sort through all of those products that are out there, as well as we'll need it for today because we are talking about